Answering your frequently asked questions about my tongue split. First question is, how weird does it feel to eat? And does it affect flavor? It doesn't feel weird to eat at all. It actually feels like pretty much the same. And from what I can tell, it hasn't affected flavors for me at all. But I do think trauma to your tongue or to your nerves in general can change them, so I wouldn't be surprised if other people have experienced that. Next up, I'm going in with the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm. The second question is probably the most commonly asked question, which is why. I think when people are asking that question, they're looking for like some deep and profound answer, because oftentimes with tattoos, you're used to somebody being like, my grandmother died, so I got this tattoo to remind me of her, which is valid. But for me, all of my tattoos except for like one of them have no meaning, and they're just for the aesthetic value that they offer to me. There's no real reason why I got it besides I think it looks cool. Next up, we're going in with the Her Blush. Is that how you pronounce it?
House of Her.
Oh, we're going to the House of Her! Next question is, do you have to reclip your tongue to keep it split? Going in with the About Face powder.
Using all my shit.
I live here now. That is a good question, because you do technically have to reclip your tongue sometime, and that's because of something called reattachment. Your tongue is consistently trying to come back together throughout the period of you having it. At least that's what my body mod practitioner told me. But it's not like it's gonna completely reattach. It's usually just at the base, and over time it'll sometimes reattach a little bit, which is why you'll end up seeing people who have had their tongue split for a long time, or who didn't exercise their tongue after they got it split, have like shorter splits. Kind of just looks like the tip has been split. Next question we have is, how much did it cost? Going in with the Ellis Atlantis Blend Bunny collab. Seems to go anywhere from $500 to about $1,500. Katie Bose, I'm editing the footage and I realized that I did not include this in the original filming of the video, but you're not actually supposed to give specific prices for body mod procedures like that, so I opted to give a general range. Keep in mind that it does range differently depending on the country that you're in and the specific body mod practitioner. Next question is, how did they perform the tongue split and were you knocked out? They just like take a pair of scissors? That would be crazy, but for a number of reasons. One, I wouldn't trust anyone with a pair of scissors to just like cut a straight line, and also your tongue is not perfectly symmetrical. My right side of my tongue is actually bigger and there's a slight curve in the musculature. You're gonna want a little something more precise. By the way, I'm going with the Hoola bronzer. Also, being put under general anesthesia, or anesthesia in general, is something you're supposed to be highly trained on. So no, I wasn't knocked out. I was wide awake, and they used the scalpel because that's a little bit more precise. Next question is, did you get your frenulum cut? If you don't know what a frenulum is, it's basically just like a fancy word for like a web. You have one under your tongue, and you also have one, depending on your anatomy, downstairs. Going in with the Blend Bunny X Donnie Darkowitz Little Miss She Never Misses Lip Velour Lip Liner. My frenulum was not cut. The thought is, if you cut it, sometimes it adds a little bit more length. But I have a really short tongue, but there was never any hope for me anyway. I figured there was no real benefit to asking for it to be cut, since I wasn't gonna have that much length to begin with, and half inch or quarter inch I would have gotten wouldn't have made a difference. This is the final face, and those are all the frequently asked questions for today. But if you have any that I missed, leave them down below and I'll try to get to them.